Alright, I'm back. I said the last video I was gonna do something a little bit more cinematic, and I've come to realize that that's not really what I want to do right now. I felt I couldn't make this more cinematic without making this more serious in a way, because I don't know, it felt kind of disconnected to me. I want to do this thing as a very casual, very on the go thing. This is basically just a diary of what I've done this specific week, and I've used it like a challenge to make myself do other stuff. But yeah, you got this at least. So today I want to speak a little bit about something I've been thinking about this last few days, and that is inspiration. Now, to me, inspiration has been the hardest thing about all of this. Just coming up with things to do and things that are manageable, because right now I feel like everything I want to do, I know I can do, but to a lesser standard than what I want to do. This is not ideal, but I've had some conversations with a good friend the last weeks or so. He's told me a bunch of times that he want to start writing, get better at writing, just become a writer in some sense. And I've told him, or I've asked him, like, have you written anything? Can I read anything? Have you done anything? Can I see? I'm excited for him. I'm curious what he's doing. But the response I've gotten these few times is, I haven't written anything, I haven't had any inspiration to write. And I think I'm deeply opposed to that mindset, because you will never have inspiration for doing anything really, unless you know what you're doing. It's when starting out, you shouldn't be looking for inspiration, in my opinion. I have a couple of episodes of this thing that are very, very uninspired, just something on the go that I've made up when I was thinking about it. And this is as well. I don't have much time this week, so this is kind of cobbled together in some sort of manageable package. But I've been starting to live by my life by just having a principle of just doing stuff and then figuring it out later. And I truly think that if you want to become good at anything, or want to get better at anything, or just improve, it's in every sense of the word, it's just by doing it. And that comes to this as well. I don't know what I'm doing with this camera. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm gonna be editing this video. There's so much I have to learn. It's my effects in every video so far has been very rudimentary and very, very basic and simple, and something that I can manage. And through that I have slowly built stones upon a foundation where I'm now confident I can make something simple at least. And one day I'm gonna explore more difficult edits, I guess. But I'm only gonna reach that point by editing and by shooting films like this and just doing this thing. And that comes to photos as well. I've learned like basic compositing just because I have taken a shitload of photos on my phone. But that doesn't mean anything when I can't understand what I'm using to take photos now. This camera is a whole entire beast, which, yeah, it's interesting getting started with. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's really, I've wanted. I am not. I don't know anything really about anything I'm doing, and that comes to what I'm talking about right now. I could be wrong as fuck right now, and you wouldn't, or I wouldn't know. That's for future me to decide, or yeah. This is turning into a very somber thing. I don't like this. I much more enjoy the more casual stuff, and I'm not used to having this like lights pointed at me, and I probably look pale as fuck right now because I am, and this bright white light is not helping, and yeah, still committed to making more cinematic stuff at least. I think in the most part about is for the most part it's just about being able to record something more interesting because I'm not doing much of anything interesting right now. I'm just working, going home, sometimes editing this. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones finally recently, and yeah, that's about it. And I want to make that doesn't make very interesting like videos and stuff. And I would love to like be able to record nights out and stuff, but those moments to me are. It sounds strange to say, but in a way sacred, because I don't want to involve all of this with that, because I live in Sweden. I don't speak English normally. I'm just speaking English here because I don't know. It feels nice in a way to separate it, and I don't enjoy speaking Swedish on the internet. I don't consume anything Swedish other than like one YouTube channel online, and yeah. But speaking English in this way kind of limits what I can do really. If I'm doing this with friends, if that's eventually something that will happen one day, we're all gonna be adapting to this thing, and I don't know if I want that in a way. I have things planned which I will do alone, or reasonably alone, which will be doable, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing that this stuff is turning more into a trial run and just getting used to speaking in front of a camera and editing and shooting stuff, while the more exciting stuff is in the future. And I can only say that for so long. Soon it's gonna be summer, and yeah, I said it. This turned into a very somber video. I don't want. I'm not somber. I'm just. I think I'm a very very casual guy. I'm not great at keeping time. I'm not great at being serious. I'm just. I I don't place that much weight on anything really, and that's why making this is in a way opposed to me, because I would like to be more casual, and this doing cinematic stuff is gonna break that barrier in a way, because I don't know, it's more effort in a way that I want to do it because a tripod would be so nice, and I've learned so much of just shooting videos, what I want to do more and what I do less of. The nature walk, I would love to have made much more like atmospheric still footage on like a lake or on some trees or something like that. Used to have that building the atmosphere. That video turned out pretty bad because I just rambled for like 10 minutes. This is that as well. Holy fuck, I like to ramble a lot, and that's in some ways a good thing maybe, but I have to have someone to keep check of me so I don't speak too much. I'm my father's son and he's his grandfather's son before him. it's yeah, I speak a lot, and that's the hardest stuff about this. Uh, I don't know. I don't have much more to say. I had these things are very basic made, and I've been thinking like, what can I do? What can I make? What can I do? And I have edited a little bit of this video. I hope, but even in that the case, that's way more minimal than I imagine myself doing this. But I don't want to do that cinematic stuff. I speaking. I was thinking like, should I make script? Should I make like bullet points? Should I make bullet points? I should have done. I now realize, but like I've got like I don't want to be overly dramatic, and I realized that just doing this like this, just me rambling to a camera, is a little bit more comfortable for me, because I wouldn't be able to sit here like inspiration. It's what guides us every day towards our destinies. I can't do that. I'm just I'm just a rambler who likes rambling about stuff, and I need someone to talk with. I feel like so. So these conversations are just so long with myself. I'm surprisingly good at speaking to no one, I realize, and I don't know if that's a good skill or just annoying, but yeah, I to myself, oh my god, I'm about to start rambling way too much. I'm gonna cut it short here, and I'm gonna continue rambling to myself, but you don't have to watch that. I'm sorry this isn't more cinematic. I just realized that I don't want to make that kind of cinematic stuff. I'm gonna make more cinematic stuff, but I'm not ready for making this quality of cinematic stuff that I want to do yet. And it's coming though, it's coming. And with that, I think I'm signing out. It's I'm sorry about the audio as well. I don't have any audio equipment. This is just what the camera is recording. I don't know if this is good or bad, or what it is. It's me though, and yeah, that's all I can be. Good night.